Hello and welcome to He Speaks with Kate. I'm your host, Kate Law, and across from me in this gorgeous studio is I call him my training wheels, but he's actually a fine producer and he's the owner of RedSkyRecordings.com in Santa Ana. Please welcome Omar Duenas.
Hi, Kate. How are you?
Good. How was your week?
It's been a good week, a little bit busier than normal weeks, but I'm managing.
Good.
I'm doing good.
Hey, I want you to stick around. I need you to make me sound great tonight. But guess what? This afternoon, we have got a show today that I'm tickled pink about because for those that might be tuning in for the first time, He Speaks is actually God, actually speaking either through other people, through music, through the Word of God, through nature. He speaks to me and he speaks through other people, and I'm sharing these stories. And that's what this podcast is about. But today in particular, it's about a great story about how we got our dog named Jasper. And there's some heartbreaking stuff in there because there's a death of my husband, a death of a previous dog, and God just redeems and restores. And so that's what's happening today. So I want them to stay with us. So the question that's really on the table right now is, what is the nicest thing that someone has ever either given you or done for you?
The nicest thing. So you're sitting in my studio, right? And you know the equipment I have because you've looked at it and I've told you about it. The nicest thing that anybody has ever done or given me is literally this studio. A lot of what I have inside of this studio was either donated to me, gifted to me, but I can tell you that about 95% of the studio I did not buy. So the nicest thing that has been done towards me is this studio.
Wow. They just think you're that kind of guy. You're opening up this Red Sky Recordings and they wanted to just bless you.
That's pretty much what it came down to.
If they gave you these microphones, I want to meet them. Did they?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
My.
The mic you're talking into and the mic I'm using.
Wow.
They were gifted to me.
Wow. I want to meet this person. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, that ties in with the story of the dog because, gosh, I've got tissue right here just in case. This story that I'm about to say is the nicest thing that's ever happened to me or my children. So the first dog died, and with the death of a dog, you just don't go run out and get another dog. You have to grieve. There's some healing period there. There's some regrouping that goes on.
Yeah.
And I should also let some people know that I actually have a dog boarding business. And so I see hundreds of dogs.
Yeah.
And you might say I'm kind of picky, because we see the hypoallergenic, we see, the different personalities with how much they need to walk, how much they eat. And the dog that we have must get along with other dogs. And I don't particularly want a puppy.
Okay.
And we want some years left in him. So, there is a narrow window. Anyway, I worked for a company. They're defunct now because they kind of merged with the other company, but it was Sleepover Rover. And I had a good thing going. And they called up and they said, Kate, can you watch this dog this weekend? It's kind of short notice. We're sorry about that. And I said, oh, thank you so much, Kathy. But, I'm not taking any new clients. I kind of have to. I'm sorry. I'm a little snooty. We really got a good thing. I don't want to do a meet and greet. We already know our dogs. We already got some dogs. Oh, Kate, please. They're just going away for the weekend. And it's this little poodle terrier. And, and basically she was asking for a favor. I said, okay. And so we did a meet and greet with the owners. And this dog was like, oh my gosh, this is like the cutest dog I've ever seen. It's not too small, not too big, and these beautiful eyes, and this tail was just a happy dog, and like licking, but not too much, and loved all my kids and me, and was like, oh, great. So anyway, we had the dog for the weekend. Anyway, this dog was a lap dog, and it's like, wow, what a great. I want a dog like this.
Yeah.
I have just nailed it down. And my son, yeah, Mom, this dog is great. Too bad we can't keep it. And then I started thinking a day later, no, we want this dog. And it's like, we're church going, Sunday school. We were like, I said, I might have even journaled this one day. I said, is it evil to covet somebody else's dog?
Yeah, that's so interesting.
I mean, really, it's like, no, I want this dog. So you got to pick, the background is that these guys came back from Palm Springs, and they are eventually moving to New York.
Okay.
And I thought, oh, wow, maybe they can't take their dog.
Yeah.
You know, we really enjoyed watching Jasper. I even called up the phone. Mark, did I mention how much we enjoyed watching Jasper? And he goes, I get the feeling you like our dog. I said, wow, we really do. And then my neighbor Ann says, Kate, you know something? Men, she's 20 years older than me, knows a little bit more about men. She goes, Kate, you kind of have to speak it as it is. Men don't take hints very well. I don't know if that's like you, but you have to just spell it out.
I'm the kind of guy that you have to sort of spell it out, yes.
Okay, but at this point, you know, I literally said, we want your dog.
Right. Right.
If you go to New York, you know, and you can't take your dog, we want your dog. And he said, you know, Kate, thanks. Actually, we can take our dog. They don't have any children. This is their pet. This is their child.
Right.
New York is pet friendly, totally fine. They're taking their dog. And to top it all off, 3 other people want their dog ahead of us. It's like, wow. Okay, so that's the setup.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a good
now,
setup.
did this stop us? No. So it's like, we just started praying. It's just like, wow, we just really hope and pray that maybe things can change.
Yeah.
And it was weird because about a week later, he called out of the blue and he said, I got this strange feeling that I'm supposed to give you my dog.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is like, okay, that's kind of weird, don't you think? And my heart skipped a beat. And I said, really? He goes, yeah, but he goes, wow, I'm really struggling with it. And, you know, I'll talk with my partner and we're really going to, give me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you think we did in 2 weeks? My son was he 9 or 10? He comes home from Sunday school. He goes, Mom, my Sunday school teacher, Elena, asked me if there's anything I wanted prayer for. And we want Jasper. And it's like, so we got the whole classroom praying that we get this dog.
Really? Wow.
And so anyway, we prayed. And I mean, we're talking 2 weeks. And my son, I just was talking to him the other day. It's because this was 7 years ago. I said, Jordan, he goes, wow, Mom, that was the longest 2 weeks in my life. So anyway, 2 weeks ends and you get a phone call and he says, we're going to give you Jasper. Wow. And I said, well, you can bring him over such and such. No, Kate, you have to come over because I will not be able to give him away unless you come. So he physically could not do that. So he came and I'd never seen a man really this distraught with just as he had been crying and he gave us his dog. And that's what I want to say is like, this was like somebody, he's a perfect stranger really, giving us like a child, their only child.
Right.
And a gift that hurt. And I'm just blown away by that fact. Now, why this is so important is also for the fact that when this dog would be on my lap one afternoon, he's got these eyes that are like brown and golden and almost human-like. And our last dog had those eyes too. Not every dog has eyes like this. They're really big and they're very caring and they're very nurturing. And this is the he speaks part. It's like when I'm quiet, I'm sitting outside in my chair and all of a sudden this dog, Jasper, looks into my eyes. And this is a woman that's broken. I told you my husband had died 2 years previously. Our dog had died a year ago. I wasn't in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like the Lord was speaking to my heart at that moment saying, I am going to love you through this dog.
Mm.
And it's like, I just was thinking, oh my gosh, Lord, I miss you so many times. I think it's a husband, or I think it's a person, or I think it's whatever, fill in the blank what you think love should feel like. It's like he is going to use this animal.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did. And so what I wanted to let people know, something that was just so impossible. I mean, a daily reminder, seeing Jasper for all of us. This isn't just for me. Actually, it's my son's dog.
Yeah.
And I said the other day, Jordan, I'm going to do a podcast on, the nicest thing that someone's ever done for you. Oh, Jasper, hands down, Jasper. And I said, and I was testing him because I said, was that just like a coincidence?
Right.
Or was that kind of a God thing? Oh, Mom, that was like a God thing. It's like, okay, folks, this is a 16-year-old. He's almost 17. And so this is him moving heaven and earth to answer our little prayer about a dog. And I'm thinking right now, is there somebody that might be listening saying, Kate, man, I'm in deep kimchi. I got cancer. My husband just walked out. I just found out he's cheating on me, or that my wife's got breast cancer, or that I lost my job, or that I suffer from depression. I'm having a hard time at school. I'm a teenager and I'm struggling with my identity. Fill in the blank.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something in the Bible. I can't tell you where it's at, but I'm sure someone can find it. It says that he's no respecter of persons.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think God loves Kate Law more than you? No way. He's good. He is so good. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for tuning in today to He Speaks. Got another next week. We've got one on identity that is going to rock your socks off.
Yeah.
It's God speaking through a song to me, and it's something I'm really excited about bringing to you. In the meantime, I want to thank you, Omar Duenas from redskyrecordings.com. Now that I especially know where this beautiful equipment and how good God is to you and me, because I'm being blessed by it. And they can reach you at www.redskyrecordings.com. And that's in Santa Ana.
That's in Santa Ana,
California.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me what else you do specifically. I know you do mixing and bands and stuff like that, but what else do you use the studio for?
Basically, it's an all-around studio for artists to come in and be creative.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And we'll be seeing you next week. And the final word is pray about everything. He Speaks with Kate. Omar's here. And if you listen very quietly, he does speak. And his voice is always kind and loving. We'll see you next week.